Have you ever noticed how, sometimes, people look at you a moment too long, as if they're trying to remember where they've seen you before, but can't quite place it? It's not the kind of look that measures beauty or status. It's something quieter, something ancient. Because maybe what they're recognizing isn't your face, it's your frequency. There are souls who walk this earth carrying a light that cannot be hidden. They don't advertise it. They don't chase attention. Yet everywhere they go, reality seems to bend. A little conversations deepen. Coincidences multiply. Silence grows pregnant with meaning. You might be one of them. You might be what some call the chosen one. But before that word stirs images of grandeur or destiny, let's whisper the truth behind it. To be chosen does not mean better. It means awake. It means that your life carries a certain vibration that asks you to remember who you are, why you came, and how to hold the light without burning from it. The world senses it, even when you try to hide. And though you may not speak of it, others react. They stare, they mimic, they resist, they reach, without knowing why. It's not personal, it's energetic. Your presence acts as a mirror, showing people the parts of themselves they have forgotten, feared, or longed to reclaim. That is why being seen can feel both beautiful and unbearable. Some people are drawn to you with unexplainable warmth. Others feel disturbed without knowing why. Both are signs of recognition. Both are forms of remembering. The first sign is the quiet magnetism. People linger near you without clear reason. They ask you questions that seem deeper than the situation calls for. Strangers confide secrets they've never told anyone. It's as if your energy opens a small doorway inside them, and for a moment, they glimpse their own soul. You don't need to say much. Your silence itself feels safe. You become a mirror where truth recognizes itself. The second sign is more paradoxical. Unexplainable resistance. Some will dislike you instantly, not because of who you are, but because of what you evoke. Your light touches their shadows, and shadows rarely enjoy being illuminated. They sense, subconsciously, that you came to remind them of something they once promised themselves and forgot. Their discomfort is not your fault. It's the echo of their own awakening. The universe uses your frequency as an alarm clock, and not everyone wants to wake up. The third sign appears in the eyes, the stare that sees through. People's gaze lingers not because they judge, but because something inside them pauses, as if time momentarily folds. Your aura speaks a language older than words. It tells stories of lifetimes, memories carried through dimensions. They can't explain why they feel they've known you forever, but the recognition is cellular. It's soul remembering soul. The fourth sign is imitation. Someone begins to dress like you, speak like you, post similar thoughts, use your phrases without realizing. At first, you might feel copied, even uncomfortable, but beneath the surface, imitation is admiration mixed with awakening. When someone mirrors your energy, it's because your frequency has activated something dormant in them. They don't want to be you. They're remembering who they are through you. The fifth sign is projection. People place you on pedestals or paint you as villains. Either way, they exaggerate your image. They see you not as you are, but as the archetype they need to confront. One person calls you healer, another calls you threat. One sees salvation, another danger. Both are looking at reflections, not reality. As a chosen soul, you learn to stand still amidst these mirrors, not absorbing praise or blame, just presence. The sixth sign is unexpected guidance requests. People come to you for advice you never offered. They say, "I don't know why, but I feel like you'll understand." And somehow, you do. because your journey carved empathy into your bones. You speak from wounds that have become windows. Yet this gift carries a sacred boundary. You are not here to save everyone, only to remind them they can save themselves. The seventh sign is energetic exhaustion in crowds. You sense everything: the mood of the room, the thoughts unspoken, the sadness behind someone's smile. It's not weakness, it's resonance. Your field extends beyond your skin, translating vibrations before words arrive. To protect that sensitivity is not selfish, it's spiritual hygiene. Even light needs rest between transmissions. And the eighth sign, perhaps the most subtle, is the unfolding of synchronicities around you. Numbers align, songs play at perfect moments, dreams predict reality. It's as if the universe is whispering, yes, you're on track. These signs intensify when others begin to recognize your frequency, because awareness amplifies energy. Their attention becomes a mirror that strengthens your own vibration. But remember, miracles are not there to impress you. They're there to instruct you. Being the chosen one is not about power. It's about perception. It's the ability to walk through chaos without losing your center, to hold love where others hold fear, to remain authentic even when misunderstood. And yet, there's a quiet loneliness that comes with it. Because when others sense your light, they project stories onto it. You become their hope, their fear, their comparison. Few see you, the human behind the frequency. That's where your real initiation begins. To be chosen is to remember humility inside greatness. It's to bow to the source of the light you carry, knowing it isn't yours, it moves through you. When people recognize you, they are not worshiping you. They are recognizing the divine blueprint they share. You simply happened to remember first. Sometimes you might ask yourself, why do people react so strongly to me? Why do they open up so quickly, or turn away so suddenly? Why do they love, resent, follow, or fear you, even when you've done nothing to invite it? It's because energy speaks before words. Long before someone knows your name, your frequency introduces you. Your field carries the memory of everything you've healed, everything you've forgiven, everything you've dared to understand. You walk into a room, and your vibration begins to translate itself. You say nothing, and yet something inside them starts to move. When you are a chosen soul, your presence doesn't merely occupy space, it transforms it. People can feel that transformation, but they don't always know how to interpret it. So they respond with the tools their consciousness gives them. Some smile without knowing why. Some pull away because their nervous system can't yet handle the frequency of remembrance. Some try to label you, define you, place you into a box that feels familiar. But your energy doesn't fit boxers. It dissolves them. Understand this. Their reaction is not a reflection of your worth, but of their readiness. You trigger awakening in others, not through preaching, but through being. Your authenticity vibrates like a tuning fork, and their souls start to remember the same note. But not everyone is ready to play that melody yet. In the energetic field, resonance creates movement. When your frequency rises, it calls everything around it to rise, or to resist. The love and the rejection you meet are two expressions of the same truth. You are being felt. And that is the sign of impact, not error. Sometimes, someone's jealousy of you is simply their soul saying, I wish I could remember my own light the way you remember yours. Their envy is an inverted prayer. Their discomfort, a misunderstood recognition. Don't fight it. Don't shrink to fit their comfort zone. Simply bless them silently and stay aligned. Your energy will often serve as a mirror, showing people who they truly are. The pure will see purity. The bitter will see bitterness. Each person meets you at the level of their own frequency. That is not your burden. it is the sacred neutrality of being. To hold this awareness is to live as both human and bridge between seen and unseen, between potential and embodiment. It requires compassion without absorption, presence without performance. You must learn the art of energetic neutrality, not coldness, but deep understanding that what flows through you is not for you to control. You are a vessel, not a verdict. But yes, there are days when this role feels heavy. Days when you long to be invisible again, to walk through the world without so many eyes. Expectations or energies pressed against your aura. And in those moments, you must remember, the universe didn't choose you to impress people. It chose you to awaken consciousness. You are not here to be seen, you are here to be felt. Sometimes, those who recognize you won't even like you. They might mock your peace, question your path, or test your patience. But their resistance is still a form of attention, a silent confession that your vibration disrupted their numbness. Even rejection can be a handshake between souls. Because when your light enters someone's field, it starts rearranging patterns. Old wounds surface, masks begin to crack, illusions tremble. The human reacts defensively, but the soul rejoices. That's why you must never take opposition personally. It is a sign that your presence has entered the alchemy of another's awakening. Remember the ancient law of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. When people recognize you outwardly, it's often because something within them has begun to awaken inwardly. Your outer recognition mirrors their inner remembrance. So even misunderstanding is sacred. Every encounter is an initiation for both of you. But let's speak of the science beneath the sacred. In the quantum field, observation changes reality. The moment someone's attention focuses on you, their energy intertwines with your vibration. Their consciousness, like a wave, collapses around your frequency, forming a moment of potential. This is not superstition, it's resonance. The chosen are masters of vibrational gravity. Their coherence draws particles, people, and possibilities into alignment. This is why when someone stares at you, they often lose track of time. Their mind cannot categorize what their energy already knows. You are both participating in a silent exchange of codes, a communication beyond language. Between frequencies, remembering their original source. To others, it may feel like awe, confusion, or even intimidation. To you, it simply feels natural. Yet, this recognition brings responsibility. The brighter your light, the gentler your touch must be. You cannot demand understanding from everyone. Some hearts open slowly, like flowers after rain. The task is not to convince, but to embody. You teach best by vibration, and sometimes that means walking away. Protecting your peace is not betrayal of your purpose, it's preservation of your channel. For every word you speak carries current. Every presence you offer transmits code. If your vessel is drained, your message distorts. So solitude is not loneliness, it's recalibration. In ancient initiations, those who carried the sacred codes were taught to retreat into silence before each revelation. They knew that the power of the message depends on the stillness of the messenger. You are living that same initiation now. Each boundary you set, each quiet night you choose over chaos, is a sacred act of energetic refinement. You are remembering how to live between worlds, visible but not consumed, giving but not emptied. So when people recognize you, whether through admiration or resistance, pause before reacting. See beyond their words. Listen for the soul behind the behavior. Every interaction carries meaning. The one who compliments you may be seeking light. the one who criticizes you may be craving it too. And you, the chosen, must learn to see both as expressions of the same divine hunger. Do not romanticize being chosen. It is not a crown, but a compass. It points you toward your mission, to remain anchored in love while the world remembers how. You are not here to lead armies or gather followers. You are here to anchor frequency, quietly, authentically, powerfully. This is why your failures seem amplified, why your smallest misstep draws attention. When light stands in darkness, even its flicker feels blinding. But remember, those who watch your fall are also learning how to rise. Your humanity teaches more than your perfection ever could. Your role is not to appear flawless, but to remain transparent, to let light move through your cracks. Because the world doesn't need idols, it needs mirrors. And you, beloved soul, are one. There comes a moment, somewhere along this path, when you realize the more others recognize your light, the more you must become humble before it. Because light is not an achievement. It's a current, borrowed from something greater, entrusted to your care. To be recognized is not to be superior. It is to be visible, and visibility is sacred exposure. The world doesn't just see your strength. It sees your cracks, your doubts, your unhealed corners. And that, too, is part of the teaching. When others begin to turn to you for advice, guidance, or solace, it can feel both beautiful and heavy. You might find yourself carrying conversations late into the night, listening to stories of pain, trying to translate chaos into meaning. You might feel responsible for healing what you didn't break. But remember, you are not the destination. You are the reminder of direction. The chosen are not meant to hold the weight of others. They are meant to help others remember how to lift their own. When someone seeks your wisdom, don't offer certainty, offer presence. When they ask for healing, offer reflection. Your job is not to fix, but to illuminate. Still, it's easy to forget that when many eyes are watching you, the world is quick to build pedestals, but pedestals are prisons. They isolate. They turn authenticity into performance. And that's where many chosen ones lose themselves, not in darkness, but in expectation. So learn the art of sacred withdrawal. When the world praises you, retreat into silence, and remember, you are not the source of the light. You are its instrument. And when the world criticizes you, retreat again for the same reason. You are not the target either. The opinions of others are reflections of their own relationship with the light you carry. There will be those who follow your example and those who try to undo it. Both are teachers. Both refine your vibration. If you can stay centered amidst both love and misunderstanding, you have already mastered one of the highest lessons of the path: energetic neutrality. Neutrality doesn't mean indifference. It means you have learned to love without needing agreement, to speak truth without needing applause, to walk your path even when no one understands where it leads. That is sovereignty. Because true recognition doesn't come from the eyes of others. It comes from the resonance of your own soul, saying, "Yes, I remember why I came." Others may see you as gifted, wise, strange, different, but inside, you know the truth. You are simply awake. And in a sleeping world, awakening always stands out. The great paradox of being recognized is that it tests whether you recognize yourself. When others define you, can you remain undefined? When others project divinity onto you, can you remain human? This is the silent test of every light bearer, to carry illumination without identifying with it. You may find yourself surrounded by people seeking your energy. They come not because of what you say, but because of what they feel when they are near you. Peace, clarity, remembrance. And while this is sacred, it can also drain you if you forget that every healer must remain connected to their own source. You cannot pour from a cup that hasn't been refilled by silence. That is why solitude is the sanctuary of the chosen. Not isolation, but solitude. Time spent in stillness, recalibrating, letting the universe cleanse your field. You are a channel, and channels must remain clear. In those quiet hours, when the noise fades and you can feel your own heartbeat again, you reconnect with the real mission, not to be seen, but to see. To see beauty where others see chaos. To see light inside the dark. See the divine pattern even in your own imperfection. You were never chosen to be adored. You were chosen to remember. And remembrance is a humble power. It asks you to bow again and again to the mystery that animates everything. The same force that moves through you moves through all. You are not the exception. You are the example. But yes, the journey will test your humanity. There will be moments when you crave rest from visibility, when you long for someone to understand you, not as a guide, but as a soul who sometimes aches to. In those moments, know this: your sensitivity is not weakness. It is evidence of your depth. It's what allows you to translate energy into empathy. The world needs that tenderness, but you must give it first to yourself. Be gentle with your body. It is your temple of transmission. Every word you speak, every gaze you hold, carries vibration. When you are rested, that vibration heals. When you are depleted, it distorts. So treat rest as a spiritual duty. And know that your vulnerability is not a threat to your light. It's proof of its authenticity. People will connect more deeply with your cracks than your crowns. Your willingness to show imperfection teaches others that divinity and humanity are not opposites. They are dance partners. The more you allow yourself to be real, the more others will recognize the truth in you, not because of any title or aura, but because authenticity itself is magnetic. It reminds them of the freedom they've been searching for. That's the secret most chosen ones forget. The world doesn't need your power. It needs your presence. It needs your unguarded heart, your quiet laughter, your grounded humanity. That's how the light spreads, not through spectacle, but through sincerity. So the next time someone stares, imitates, resents, or seeks you, remember each reaction is a reflection. You are the living proof that awakening is possible. But even more than that, you are still learning too. And that's the beauty of it. Because even the chosen remain students of the infinite. Your recognition by others is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of your responsibility. A responsibility to remain open, honest, humble, curious. To never confuse purpose with perfection or visibility with validation. You are the message, yes, but you are also the messenger, still learning the language. Maybe now, after walking through these signs, something in you feels both lighter and heavier. Lighter, because you recognize that what you've been feeling all along isn't madness, it's memory. Heavier, because you understand that to carry light is to carry responsibility. And yet, somewhere deep inside, there's also peace, because you are finally seeing the pattern behind the chaos. You are not strange for being seen differently. You are simply visible in a frequency most have forgotten to perceive. And those who recognize it in you, whether through awe or discomfort, are part of your mirror hall of awakening. They are reminders, each in their own way, that the soul speaks to the soul in every encounter. So, what do you do with this recognition? How do you live knowing that your presence alone can shift atmospheres, open hearts, or stir shadows? You live gently. You walk slowly. You breathe consciously. You remember that the greatest teachers do not preach. They embody. You learn to bless silently, to walk into rooms and let your calm speak louder than your words. You learn that when someone looks at you with admiration, it is not a call for superiority, but for service. And when someone looks at you with resentment, it is not an attack, but an unspoken plea. Show me another way to see myself. You learn to hold both light and shadow in the same hand, and to love them equally. You stop needing to defend your frequency. You simply become it. Because when you truly anchor your light, the world no longer threatens you. It reflects you. In the stillness of your nights, you may feel the ache of distance, as if no one truly understands the depth of what you carry. But that loneliness, too, is sacred. It's the space where the divine sits closest. In that silence, you will hear the truth whispered. You were never chosen above others. You were chosen among them to remember first and to remind gently. Being the chosen one is not about being the hero of a story. It's about being the hollow flute through which the wind of spirit plays. It's about letting the music move through you without claiming it as your own. It's about remembering that the song is ancient and you are simply the echo. The more you embody this awareness, the more your world rearranges itself around your frequency. Opportunities align, people appear, synchronicities multiply, but not as rewards, as reflections. The outer world begins to mirror the coherence of your inner world. Reality becomes a living dialogue between your vibration and the universe's response. And yes, sometimes it still hurts. Sometimes your empathy overwhelms you. Sometimes your purpose feels too vast to hold. But every wave of doubt is an invitation to return home. Home to breath, home to presence, home to the now. Because the mission was never out there. It was always here. In how you love, how you listen, how you choose peace in the middle of noise. To be recognized as the chosen one means you are walking evidence that consciousness evolves. You are proof that healing is possible, that awareness transforms everything it touches. And every time someone recognizes that in you, even for a fleeting second, the grid of human awakening brightens a little more. You are not just a soul in a body. You are a node in the vast web of light, transmitting remembrance across timelines. That's why protecting your frequency matters, not from fear, but from reverence. You are a keeper of codes. Each moment, you choose authenticity over approval, compassion over defense, stillness over reaction. You strengthen the signal. You help humanity remember itself. So when you wake up tomorrow and the world feels heavy again, whisper to yourself, I was never meant to fit in. I was meant to remind. And that's enough. You don't have to shine loudly. You don't have to prove your worth. The sun never explains its light. It simply reassigns. People will continue to recognize something in you. Some will call it presence. Some will call it strangeness. Some will call it love. Let them. You don't need to label it. You only need to honor it by living truthfully, walking gently, and loving deeply. And as you do, your energy will continue to ripple quietly, invisibly, transforming spaces long after you've left them. That is the legacy of the chosen. Not fame, not perfection, but frequency. Because the real sign of being chosen is not how others see you, but how you see through them. Through the fear, the armor, the illusion, into the divine essence, waiting to be remembered. And every time you meet that essence in another, even silently, you fulfill your purpose a little more. So if tonight you feel unseen or misunderstood, place your hand over your heart and remind yourself, recognition begins within. When you see yourself clearly, the world will simply respond to that clarity. You won't need to chase validation. Reality will mirror your remembrance. And maybe, As you walk tomorrow, someone will glance at you with that same half-familiar wonder. They won't know why, but something in them will whisper, "I know this energy. I remember this light." And in that instant, another soul will awaken quietly, beautifully, because of you. That is how the awakening spreads. Not through noise, but through presence. Not through grand gestures, but through gentle consistency. Not through power, but through love. So breathe, chosen one. You are seen, you are felt, you are remembered. And every step you take, every heart you touch, every silence you honor, becomes part of the great remembering of humanity. You are not a savior, you are a signal, a living reminder that light was never lost, only forgotten. And now through you, it remembers itself again. And when the night grows quiet and doubt tries to creep in, ask yourself softly, what if being recognized isn't about being special at all? What if it's simply about being true? Because truth, when fully lived, cannot be ignored. It radiates, it heals, it calls. It is what people recognize before they even know your name. So, the next time someone's gaze lingers on you, don't shy away, don't shrink, don't wonder what's wrong, just smile. Because they've seen the reflection of eternity moving through you. They've caught a glimpse of the same light that's been waiting within them all along. And in that moment, quiet, wordless, divine, you've both remembered who you are. If this message found you, it's not by chance. You were guided here because you were ready to remember. You don't need to chase the light. You are already the vessel of it. Keep walking in gentleness, in awareness, in truth. And if this spoke to your soul, share this space with another seeker, because the world is awakening, one recognition at a time.